Hi, and welcome to another flamenco guitar lesson. You know, there's a technique on the flamenco guitar that is so unique and so explosive and powerful that no other style of music uses it. Not even folk, not classical, not even metal. And yet, when you hear it, you know it's something special. It's fast, it's percussive. It sounds like some kind of ultra-refined strumming technique, but it has a bite to it. It's unmistakably flamenco. What is it? It's called Alzapua. And today I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it. But first, a quick warning. Most guitarists who try to learn Alzapua completely butcher it. They fumble through it, their thumb gets tangled up, and the rhythm falls apart. And worst of all, they don't even realize why it's not working. But by the time you finish this lesson, you'll know how to execute Alzapua with precision, power, and confidence. And you'll be able to slip it into your playing style like you've been doing it for years. Sound good? Then stick around, because in just a few minutes, I'm going to show you how to, number one, execute Alzapua the right way so it sounds crisp, clean, and full. Second, I'm going to show you how to add the index finger into the mix for an even more powerful sound and to give you more speed. Three, I'm going to show you how to train your thumb for maximum accuracy so you never second guess a stroke. But before we get started, if at any point during this lesson you find yourself loving what you're learning, hit that like button. If you want to make sure you never miss another flamenco guitar lesson like this one, subscribe right now. Also, if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Ben, and I've been teaching flamenco guitar for the last 15 years, and I've been teaching guitar students just like you how to take the flamenco guitar sound and make it their own. See, most of my students don't just start with flamenco. They come from folk, jazz, classical, or rock, and they've been spending many years playing their own style, but they've always been fascinated by flamenco. They want to play with fire, with passion, and that unmistakable drive, the authentic sound, the authentic flamenco guitar sound. But here's the thing. If you try to learn flamenco the wrong way, like so many other guitarists do, you'll waste time. You'll waste years, perhaps, fumbling through bad technique. That's why I've created Flamenco Guitar Mastery for You, or FGM for You for short. It's a step-by-step program designed exclusively for guitarists who want to master the flamenco guitar the right way, without the frustration of trying to piece it all together on their own. So I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. So right now, let's get started. Vámonos. Okay, so let's get right into it. So the chords that we're working with are E minor, D major, C major, and B7. What we do first, placing our fingers in the E minor position. So the first movement is downward with the thumb, across the D, G, and B and E strings, like that. And at the same time, this is where the magic happens, is that the golpe with the A finger occurs right at the same time. So you're going to do this movement, and you're going to do this movement simultaneously, right? Then after that, return your thumb back to the A string or the fifth string and do the same movement before that I just taught you on the first beat. Downward with a thumb and a golpe at the same time. Return the thumb back to the fifth string again, playing the B note, down with a golpe. Let it ring out, return your thumb again, and then down with the thumb, up with the thumb. Thumb comes back down to the fifth string again, playing the B note, and then down again, this time with a golpe. And then we go to the D major chord. Same pattern on the right hand, just a different chord, right? D major. Bring that thumb back to the A string. Strum down with the golpe, down to the A string again. Golpe, let it ring. A string again. Up, this time. Down, down. Right? Next, same pattern on the right hand, C major chord. Downward. Bring it down to the G note, third fret of the sixth string. Golpe again. Bring back the thumb down to the sixth string, third fret, G. Let it ring. Thumb back again, down to the sixth string on the third fret. C down, up. Down thumb, strum, apoyando, resting stroke. Okay. Keep in mind all those notes that we're playing that are singular, like this note, those are apoyando, resting notes. So not free, where you're pulling the thumb away, you're just resting it on the subsequent string. In this case, if you're playing the G, the string you're going to rest on is the fifth string or the A string. Next is our B7. Remember, everything's the same on the right hand. B7 here. fourth finger down to the second fret of the sixth string. Again, down, resting stroke, apoyando, down, let it ring, down, resting stroke, and up with the thumb. Then something interesting happens. We do something like this. We did that in a previous episode or a previous lesson of Entre Dos Aguas, where we did a very similar Alzapua passage. This is going to be a little bit different. We want to do a different E minor voicing up here, and it just works out in such a way to where we have to change the way that we fret. I'm going to show you how to change it. So rather than going from B, D, D sharp to E like that, doing that in the open portion of the fretboard, we're going to play the B here, and then D, that's 0, 6, 7. Once again, second finger on the second fret of the A string, open D, then we glide along with the third finger up to the sixth fret of the fifth string, fourth finger down on the seventh fret of the fifth string, and now we've got a new voicing for E minor. We're going to place down second finger on the fifth fret, fourth string, finger 1, fourth fret of the G string, and then we're going to go ahead and play, after we played this E note here, resting stroke, downward thumb, golpe, up, thumb. Now, third finger, sixth fret, down, up, after that, and then E again. Again. That's the magical part of the Alzapua. Now we're really getting to the meat and potatoes of the Alzapua technique. It's this really exciting part. Again, one more time. And feel free that when you come up here for this voicing, and when you strike up with the thumb, feel free to graze along the sixth string for the extra bass. Some depth and some bass to that voicing. Our next measure, we have the E note ringing there, down, up, 7, 6, 7, 6, and then open D, like that. Now we're in D major, but a different voicing here. Instead of D, here we're going to play it like this with a third finger, fifth fret, G string, fourth finger, fifth fret also on the second string. Once again. After that, first finger on the fourth fret of the fifth string. This is something kind of interesting here. Upstroke index, downstroke index. So now we're not doing Alzapua with a thumb. We're actually supplementing that with the index finger. Up, down. And this is important. You're going to take the thumb, rest it on that D note after you've struck this C sharp note on the A string, right? Like that. And then open D. Again, upward index. Downward index like that. Then thumb comes, plays D. Once again, that was 0, 4, 2, 0, 4. Slide down with the third finger now. We're going to be in a different chord. C. Down, up. Now take this first finger, put it on the second fret of the fifth string. Replace it. Take off the third finger. Alzapua again, down, up. Play the C note, replace it down with a third finger again. Down, up. And then F sharp, G, 0, 2, 3, 2. Now we're in B7 position. And then up index, down index. Then some bass notes. F sharp, B sharp. And then golpe all the way down for the B7. And then up, index, down, up, with the thumb, up index, and then down, index, and then up, and then you're done. Okay, so let's start out slow at 99 beats per minute. Here we go. just a quick reminder, don't forget that you can go over to patreon.com/flamenco for you to get these tabs and interactive sound slice tabs as well, so you can study and get more out of this lesson. Now a little faster at 150 beats per minute. Let's go full speed at 198 beats per minute. Here we go. Real quick, I want to talk about something about Alzapua. Here's where most players go wrong. They hear a song that rips at 189 beats per minute and they think, I need to practice at full speed. Big mistake. Your fingers won't know what to do. Your brain won't be able to keep up. You'll stumble, you'll get frustrated, and worst of all, you'll ingrain bad habits that are impossible to fix later. So instead, here's what we do. Take the tempo and cut it in half. So if a song is 198 beats per minute, round it up to 200, divide by 2, and set your metronome to 100 beats per minute. Now here's where the magic happens. As you get more comfortable, slowly increase the tempo, maybe 10 beats per minute at a time, maybe 1 beat per minute, whatever works. Keep pushing the speed until you hit a breaking point. Then dial it back just enough so that you can play it cleanly. That's how you build real speed. That's how you develop bulletproof technique. And that's how you end up sounding like a real flamenco guitarist, instead of someone just messing around. So, want to go even deeper? What I just shared with you is one of the strategies I teach inside Flamenco Guitar Mastery for You, my complete step-by-step program for guitarists who want to stop messing around and start playing flamenco like they mean it. If you're interested, click on the link below and book a quick call with me. I'll ask you a few questions, see where you're at, and let you know if the program's a good fit for you. And if it is, you'll finally have a clear path to mastering flamenco the right way, without frustration, wasted time, or guesswork. And one last thing, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters, especially our top tier Oro Gold members, whose names you see on the screen right here. Your support keeps this channel going, and I appreciate every one of you. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to exclusive tabs, notation, practice tracks, and more, come join us on patreon.com/flamenco for you. In the meantime, get back to practice, and we'll see you in the next lesson. Take care.